The message delivered to Vice President-elect Mike Pence by the cast of the hit musical Hamilton has drawn a strong response on and off Broadway.
We, sir, we are the diverse America who are alarmed and anxious that your new administration will not protect us, our planet, our children, our parents, or defend us and uphold our inalienable rights, sir.
President-elect Donald Trump tweeted several responses. He called the show overrated and demanded the cast apologize for what he called its harassment of Pence. On Face the Nation yesterday, the vice president-elect praised the performance. He said he was not offended by Friday's speech. He added Mr. Trump would be, quote, president of all the people of the United States. Hamilton actor Brandon Victor Dixon is here first on CBS this morning to talk about this. He delivered the cast statement on Friday. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Great. Thank you for being here.
Oh, my pleasure.
First, why did you decide to make this statement on behalf of Hamilton's producers and the cast in this manner?
Well, the producers, the creatives, and the cast we recognize that Hamilton is an inherently American story told by the definition of, the American community. We are men and women of different colors, creeds, and orientations. And, the resonant nature of the show throughout the world, throughout the global community, demands that we make statements when there are important issues, I think, facing us as a community. And so we wanted to stand up and spread a message of love and of unity, considering all the emotional outpours since the election.
When Donald Trump tweeted that this was harassment of his vice president-elect, your response was?
I simply informed him that harassment, or rather conversation, is not harassment, and I was really appreciative that Vice President-elect Pence stood there and listened to what we had to say. I mean, and I know some people have said that, a one-sided conversation or lecture is not conversation, but it was the beginnings of a conversation I hope that we can continue to have.
There's a famous line in the movie that says, talk less, smile more.
Yes, well, I'm a very good actor.
Yes, I know. I know you are, and I'm not doing it justice. But there are a lot of people who are criticizing you and the cast because they said that was not the place to do it. Stevie Van Zandt, who's a member of Bruce Springsteen's E Street Band, says you want to protect your guests, you don't want to embarrass them. It was inappropriate to single out an audience member. Some say, Brandon, you could have asked him to come backstage, had a conversation with him, and then reported on that.
Well, look,
what do you feel about that?
He was welcome to come backstage. I mean, all the guests that we have to the show, they're welcome to come backstage and speak with us. And I would have loved it if...
I realize that, but he wasn't given the option, though. He was...
Oh, no, he certainly has the option. I mean, I think
Did
everybody...
you all invited him backstage and he didn't come?
I don't know what conversations happened before the show with the producers, but I do know on a regular basis, political figures, celebrities, people who want to come to the show, we know they're coming. They know that it's an option that they can come back and they can speak with the cast. They can talk to us, take pictures. So he absolutely could have done that. And if he was unaware at the time, I say to him, Vice President-elect Mike Pence, please come have a conversation with us.
Why you?
Why?
In other words, did you ask to do it, to deliver the message?
No.
Or was it?
I did not. The producer, Jeffrey Sellers, called me about an hour and a half before the curtain and, said that this is something that we thought we wanted to do and asked me if I'd be willing to do it. I'm not sure why they decided to ask me, but I was happy to. I was honored to represent our cast and our show in that way. And, for me, I think the most important thing with respect to all of the emotions that everybody's feeling after this election is to make sure that people recognize that we are not alone. We are here together, and we need to listen to one another and speak with one another. And those of us who feel like maybe their voice has been marginalized or might become marginalized, it's important that they recognize that there are allies all over the place.
You didn't know he was coming until right before the show, maybe an hour or 2 hours. So was Lin-Manuel Miranda involved in crafting this statement? Was it?
Yes.
How did that come about?
Before Jeffrey called me, both Lynn, Tommy Kail, our director, and Jeffrey himself, they collaborated on what they thought the message should be. They shared it with me. I read it to the cast, and then myself and a few other castmates.
So they wrote it, and then you shared it with the cast and said, "Does everybody stand behind this?"
Well, I mean, and then after that, some of the other cast members and myself made some adjustments to it, and then we went out and made the statement after the show.
The president-elect is demanding an apology.
Yeah.
I heard.
We assume that no apology is forthcoming.
There's nothing to apologize for.
There are reports that someone disrupted the show in Chicago on Saturday, a Trump protester, and said something along the lines of, get over it, we won, let's move forward. Are you worried, Brandon, that now you've set a precedent for people now disrupting shows and speaking out in this manner?
No, and I'll tell you that is certainly not the first time, nor will it be the last, that somebody went into a theater and began to act inappropriately or stand up and interrupt the show.
Before you made that statement, you did ask the audience to bring out their phones, right, to
Yes.
record the message. Why did you do that?
Because it was important for us to... We wanted it. I mean, I think when you have a platform, art is meant to bring people together. It's meant to raise consciousness. And when you have a platform like that, I told Jeffrey Sellers after the show, and I said, I applaud you all for not throwing away your shot, for taking a moment to spread a message of love, to spread a message of unity. We're not here to boo. We're here to cheer each other on.
Would you like Donald Trump to come see Hamilton?
We welcome Donald Trump here at Hamilton. Absolutely.
Why would you want him to see it?
Because I think the power of our show and the way we tell it is undeniable. And I think that I think it's important for everybody to see a show like ours and to see how it is.
What else? In a time of where there's great change, it's also important for theater itself to be a place of where ideas are discussed, debated, taking place, and playwrights will be writing those kinds of plays.
Absolutely.
And actors will be putting them on, and theaters will be having them.
That's what makes Lynn so brilliant. He's using his platform for the good of all, not simply for entertainment or escapism, but for
the diversity of ideas as well as the diversity of people.
Absolutely.
It certainly raised another level of the conversation. Thank you, Brandon.
Come on.
Victor.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us at the table.
My pleasure.
We do
Thank you for
appreciate it
having me.
today.